Welcome YouTube, this is Acid Roots. I've got a Taio Cruz album review, and that is his 2009 album Rokstarr. Now this is the only one that really came out in America. He did manage to drop an album after that called Taio, but it did not ever really see a release here. So the main thing to know about this guy is this sort of sound was pretty prevalent between the years of 2009 to 2012 or so, which kind of combines like house, dance, electronic, and Europop. And that's kind of the similarity to the sound. So basically, if you've heard a David Guetta song or a Kesha song, you're going to know what to expect from this guy, even though I think he kind of did it a little bit sooner than they did for the most part. He is a British singer. He is a British singer, and so this album really combines dance with kind of reflective songs with having a good time, but it's also pretty healthy as well. So it's just about heartbreaks and the consequences of wearing your heart on your sleeve, that sort of stuff. So really, this album was supported by several singles. That's a big thing to know. In America, it did not translate as well for us as it did in Europe, but we did get two big songs, which was Dynamite and Break Your Heart. And both of these songs were pretty much staples on the radio, like I said, 2010 or so. So this album is definitely showing its age. But it's nice to kind of reflect on it just because we're not really hearing music like that anymore. You don't hear the stuff that we were hearing back in 2012 as much recently. Everyone's kind of, changed and gone on different directions and stuff. But, maybe that's of something that lets you know what happened with Taio Cruz. But the music is still hot. I mean, it's good still, but it just is dated. And Dynamite is an extremely good one. The hook might get that's kind of an earworm song. It might get a little bit too hooky, meaning it'll get annoying after a little while, but it's a good one. Same thing with Break Your Heart. But Higher was a good one. That one you may not have paid attention to as much. That was kind of a late song to the radio, but it just doesn't catch as much attention, especially if you're just listening to pop radio stations. You may not hear that one as much. So, besides these songs, I did appreciate Dirty Picture and Come On Girl. These were some big ones to actually pay attention to. And, in a lot of ways, this is the kind of stuff. I mean, LMFAO is definitely more nasty and a lot less. LMFAO is a lot less restrained, so you just have to go with that. But so the songs you need to hear, there's 11 songs on this album, and I wound up liking 7, so I'll list the 7. They are Dynamite, Break Your Heart, Dirty Picture, Take Me Back, Come On Girl, Higher, and no other one was the Almost song. So all of these, the ones that I would pay attention to more than the ones you probably heard, are Dirty Picture, Come On Girl, and Higher. And then Take Me Back is another one. Some of these kind of start to sound similar, but I'd say Dirty Picture is probably the most wicked song on here. Higher is the most kind of offbeat one, but that still has a good feel to it. And Take Me Back, I think, sounds similar to Break Your Heart. So it kind of has a central theme, which is wondering what you're going to do after you find this woman that you're searching for. So this album is going to get a 6.5 out of 10. Well, no, it'll get a 7, because... Well, no, it's going to get a 6.5, because 6 out of 11 is basically about half. And the social score I will give a 6, just because it did have several singles, especially in Europe. And So that takes care of it. But the future, once again, I think Taio Cruz is pretty much gone. He's written or co-produced some songs with David Guetta. He's been featured on a David Guetta album. But I think for the most part, it almost is going to start to feel, maybe when we get the next few years over with, we're going to reflect on this style of music and where the hell it went. So that's kind of the thing. This is kind of an artifact. It's getting to the point. So, but, can this record be topped? It's good for what it is, but I would not sit there and crank this like it just came out. This is kind of more, just find the key songs that are your favorites and put them in a playlist or something, because this record does show its age.